Okay, and so now you might be asking, well, how else can I help myself along this journey? And that's where we come to perspective number 3. Balance is actually our natural state. And therefore, if we prepare an environment that builds it, we're totally going to create a really, really strong foundation for everything that we're doing. This perspective comes from me being a Montessori student and teacher. Montessori was an Italian scientist who was tagged to create a learning environment for poverty-stricken children in a very poor area of Italy. And in her very careful way, she put together an environment that surprised her and continues to serve children to this day in the Montessori method of education. Montessori realized that balance is really our natural state. Montessori saw that a child's normal state was one in which children worked enthusiastically, alone, and together. They treated each other and their learning environment with respect, and they were able to exist in their own community with little direction. She called that normalization. And I call that finding a return to balance. Those children in an environment that they didn't have to feel that they were constantly on guard and constantly in survival mode were able to really flourish. And I just think it's the most beautiful thing. And I feel, as a Montessori student when I was a little girl, and then as a Montessori trained teacher, I can vouch for the fact that, you know, in an environment where our independence is protected and we have freedom, but we also understand the structure and the order, it really makes a difference in the fact that then we actually just naturally come back to our own balance. So if we're looking at how this perspective applies to our balance journey, this idea that balance is our natural state, we can stop looking at, oh, trying so hard to establish more balance. Okay, this whole idea of balance is about not being another thing on your checklist, but being an intuitive and natural thing that we will easily return to because we're returning to our normal state. And I think it really makes us come to a place of focusing on personal and home balance, because that is the area in which I feel we have the most say in our environment and what we can control. So even if many things are happening outside our home, or many things are happening, you know, outside of ourselves, if what we're doing is focusing on remembering that balance is my natural state and balance can be my natural state within this home, then we know where we make the impact